Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Well, so much for them. Not wanting to fight.
Oh! I am Lord Dohalim of Helden.
Lenencia, I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not. They want to fight, they got one.
Now you see what I can do now.
You're mine!
This one's mine!
Dragon Form!
Astral energy! Full throttle! Take it!
Its armor's too
See
strong!
what happens? I'll split it open!
Be my guest!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Take it! Go!
Factory blade!
Go get it! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Radiant
Take it!
We're not finished!
Now you see what I can do!
My shield! You're mine!
Lightning back into the fray! Thunderblade! Now! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Not today!
Here! These ones can run rings around us!
Ready to roll!
More
I can carve through armor!
Go! Back into the fray!
It's too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Super swallow kill!
No escape!
Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Let the marksman handle this!
Infiltration!
In here! Now! Frozen!
Hammer!
Go!
I'm on!
Lightning
Double
arrow!
demon fang! We did it! Prepare to be seized!
Lightning condensed! Thunderbolt!
Take
You
this!
shouldn't have messed with me!
Move escape! Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
We seem to have come across something a little unusual.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Try harder!
A wailing
You see what
Banshee
happened there as
lightning!
you crossed me?
Here I come!
Shouldn't have done that.
There! Time to cross blades!
Sleep now! I'm all stuffed
Blow
up! I'll
away.
be saving this one!
Here, let me help.
Magic is there!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Watch this! I'll smash you!
Lightning
You
is
can't get
there!
out of this!
Here! Thunderblade!
Here I come!
Illuminate the sword!
Here I come!
Holy
Blow away!
Holy land! Lightning! Came between
Try harder! Not a chance!
Where are you going?
Super swallow dance! I'm on a roll now!
You're mine!
Inferno punch!
I'll be saving
Blow away! Here I come!
Here!
Flame inside me! Yours to be let free!
These
Out of
fists
ammo.
have got your name on them!
Watch it! Lightning orb!
Eternal devastation!
Illuminate the sword!
Pieces.
Come forward! Holy glimmer!
You're mine!
Holy
Dragon
land!
shell! Ready?
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here I come! No escape!
Here I go! Illuminate the sword!
Take
Come
this!
forward! Holy glimmer! Holy land!
Blow away!
Came between heaven and earth!
That could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop! Healing circle!
There!
Take this! Need to
Radiant here!
Blow away!
in a bind!
More for the stop!
Ready?
Radiant here! Between heaven and earth! A
Double
wailing
demon
radiant
fang!
here! Damn it! Out of ammo!
Double
Here!
demon tongue!
I'll be saving this one!
Punch!
Eat
Here
this!
goes! More where that came
Smash
from!
you!
Illuminate the dark!
Dragon sword!
What's this?
Blow away!
Between heaven and
Just
earth!
to stop!
A wailing Banshee lightning!
me!
Lightning!
Double
Now!
demon fang!
I'll be saving this one! Here, let me help!
You're mine!
I never miss!
Inferno punch! Blow away! Ready?
Hear it now!
Holy land!
Try harder! My turn!
Anything in order
Lightning!
won't save you! Take this!
Here's a healing art!
In a bind?
First aid!
Take this!
This way!
Oh! Now I'm real mad!
Burn!
Eat this!
Downfall!
Dust to dust!
Win!
Downfall! Lightning orb! There! Got lightning condensed! Lightning!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Dragon shell!
Double demon fang!
Illuminate the dark!
by
Come
me.
forth! Holy glimmer!
Take this!
I'll heal you!
Don't
Holy
move!
land!
Escape!
A chain between heaven and earth! Healing circle!
Blow away!
A wailing Banshee of lightning!
I'm just getting
Downfall!
started!
Seal!
Blast!
Double demon fang!
Think it does it!
Lightning!
I'm on!
Downfall! Here, let me help! First lightning orb!
Eat this!
Illuminate the dark!
Double demon fang!
Do it!
Look sharp!
Lightning tiger blade! There's always room for improvement.
Right! Go! Engaging!
This one's mine!
What?
A wailing
Release!
Banshee of lightning!
It's time! No foe can stand up to these fists!
For my lord!
Inferno punch!
Eternal devastation!
Do it! Demons descend! Flashing fang! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Swallow Double demon fang!
Only you live! Here, you must handle!
Armor won't save you!
My shield will not done!
Damn it!
I'm on a roll now!
Feel!
Strike!
Talon Hurricane!
It's time!
It does it!
Here's a healing!
Eat this!
More with that
Eternal
kick!
devastation!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Citizen!
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
Now you see what I can do!
Radiant? Here!
Never swallow dead! Freaking does it!
I won't show you any mercy! Now you'll learn! Here I come!
Here's a healing illuminate the dark!
Blow away! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Let the marksman handle this!
Yeah! And the pummeling to me!
Demon fang!
Illuminate the dark! Do it! Zara, frozen!
Hammer! The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that!
You're mine!
Inferno punch!
Lightning orbs! Radiant Citizen! Do it! Theon, astral energy! Full throttle!
Don't get complacent.
Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Is someone making them stand guard over the Forbidden Zone?
Out of our way!
Now you see what I can do!
Ignite!
As if the normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
Raining slash!
In here! I'll be saving this round!
Here I come!
One
I'm
more!
not done!
Can't get out of this!
Radiant Pierce! Lightning Orb! Radiant Fire! And again! Radiant Pierce! Lightning Orb! Once and sweet! Sleep now!
Ready and ready!
More Radiant Vials!
Now I'm real mad!
Pierce!
Armor won't save you!
Hit!
Far enough!
Illuminate the healer! Come forward!
Lightning!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Illuminate the
I'm on
dark!
it! Vacuum
Holy
blade!
glimmer!
I'm on it! Try harder!
Let
Not
the
again!
marksman handle this!
I'm not done!
Swallow dead!
Raining slash! Not today!
Storm!
Take this!
Radiant
Blow
Fire!
away!
Raining slash! Eternal devastation!
Not on my watch! Radiant Pierce!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kitara!
Now I'm in trouble!
Now or never!
One more! Back
I'll
into the
smash
fray!
you!
Sleep
In a
now.
bind?
First right! Demon fang!
Watch this! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Sighted! Lightning Orb! Illuminate the dark! Come
No
forth!
escape!
Radiant Orb! Hurricane!
All good things come to an end.
A wailing
Ready to
blade
go!
of lightning! Healing
Far enough! I
You're
really owe
mine!
you one.
It's
Inferno
on!
punch!
Radiant Pierce!
Tectonic punch! Roll now!
Here comes it!
Eat
More
this!
back into the fray!
Now I'm real mad!
Take this!
Here's a healing art!
I can carve through armor!
No escape!
Illuminate the
Ready to
dark!
fly.
One more! Glimmer! This one's mine!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Where are you going?
There!
Do it!
Remember!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
I can feel my power growing! No choice! Double demon fire!
Illuminate the dark! Here! Come forth! Holy glimmer!
Double
Here,
demon
let me
fire!
help! A chain between heaven and earth. It's like trying to keep up with a wall. Here I go. Radiant
Can't
light!
get out of this!
Here!
Swallow done!
I'll be in here!
Eternal devastation!
Like that! Powered hurricane! Another ammo! Here's a healing art! First aid! A chain between heaven and earth.
Burn!
A wailing energy of lightning!
Armor won't save you!
Radiant light! Here! More with the sacrifice!
Can't get out of this!
One more! Back into the fray!
Eat this!
A wailing energy of lightning! Listen here! Downfall! I'll be saving this one!
Double demon fire!
Let me help! More with that game!
Go away!
Here's another radiant! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy radiant! A good in the sky and in mine! A wailing energy of lightning! Radiant! Now! I'm out of ammo! Sleep now! I'll be saving you!
See what happened there as you crossed me. Shouldn't have done
did it!
that.
First try!
Radiant! Here!
Take this!
There!
I'm not done!
It's time.
Storm! I'm not done!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Is there anything more magnificent than the musculature of a warrior? Perhaps it is in search of this perfect beauty that I myself am drawn into battle.
Hey, what do you say we fight that shining enemy?
I have a bad feeling about this.
Bring him down!
Will this help? Holy
In a showdown between blade and fist. I'm waiting all down.
You'll pay for that!
I'm all stuffed up.
Fire support!
Fire in the hole!
Resuscitation! Will this help?
You're
Lightning
mine!
orb! More vacuum! Illuminate the dark! Holy glimmer! Hold it! Not in your dreams! Now! Here!
Mission!
There! One more!
Eternal devastation! Storm!
More with that keep
Flame inside me! You! Be let free!
Here I go!
You picked the wrong fight!
Where are you going?
Double demon fire!
Here, let me help!
Eternal devastation!
Holy
Pieces! Attack time! Shouldn't have messed with me!
Lightning! Downfall!
You're mine!
Hey! And again! Burn!
Double demon fire!
Arch shield!
Vacuum blade!
Illuminate
You did it!
the dark!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Eat this! Radiant! Here! Inferno punch! Too much to
Take
handle?
this! Here I go! Eat this!
Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Lightning can
Weapons weak!
Thunderbolt!
You're mine!
Holy glimmer!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
It'll be a... Freeze! Get in, get out!
I see what
Be let free! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
I'm going in.
Time to let it rip.
Vacuum blade.
Chain between heaven and earth.
Anything in the way!
Locked and
Seal!
vacuum blade.
I'll be safe.
Coming through. Ha! Now. Scarlet Inferno.
Radiant Pierce!
Double flame inside me.
Lightning Orb!
I can carve through walls!
Like shield.
Take this!
Healing Circle!
Blow away.
Holy Glimmer!
Ignite.
Can't get out of
Holy
this!
Land!
We're not
Now! Astral Energy!
Say no more.
Here
This
goes!
one's mine!
Thunderbolt!
I'm on it!
Here I come.
Lightning
Engage.
Thunderblade!
I can carve through all this! You hear it now!
Holy Glimmer! Holy Land!
Release!
Chain between heaven and earth!
Double demon fang.
A wailing banshee of lightning!
Away!
Here I go! Shield!
Double demon fang. Try harder. My turn.
This one was all mine! Super swallow dance!
Burn.
Shouldn't have messed with me!
Blah, blah, blah.
Fear and
Not
thrust
on
and
my
pain.
watch!
I'm on it! Talon
Now!
Hikara!
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Radiant light! Here! Magic is there!
Here I come.
Swallow
Holy
dance!
Land! I can do this! More where that came from! With this, I can become even stronger!
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, Always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for. Let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegis. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too, if I can. which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Fahria, how did you get in here?
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when—
We can talk later. Here it comes!
What? I've never known Fahria to control Zeugles like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a master sword?
What the? Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Zeugles, then we get some answers. Aim for the weak spot!
Hey, let's go! I'll let the marksman handle this. This one's mine.
You're mine!
Too much to handle. Illuminate the dark.
There!
Holy glitter!
What? It's showtime!
Holy lamp! A chain between heaven and earth.
Now you see what I can do!
A wailing dancing
Double demon bang!
Like that! Feel! It was not all last tile.
You're mine!
Illuminate the dark.
Magic gate!
Holy lamp! Here it
Blow
goes!
away!
I'm out of bandits in the fray!
Blow away!
A wailing dancing of lightning!
Ignite!
Here I go!
Here I come!
Radiant light! Here!
I'm on!
Sleep now!
Blow away!
Lightning! More of the starlight! Into the fray! Light astral energy! More with that Radiant! Here! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy glitter! Holy lamp!
I'm not done!
Radiant earth!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Eternal devastation!
I can carve through all things! You hear it now!
Radiant light! I'm ready! Feel!
Storm!
Here's a healing arc! I'll be saving this birthday! Light
Double demon bang!
Where are you going? Illuminate the dark! Holy glimmer! Holy lamp!
You're mine!
Let your help!
I'm not done!
First
The
aid!
flame inside me!
Dancing
You're about to be let free!
Here! In here! Radiant!
Take this!
Inferno punch!
Burn! There!
Lightning orb!
Take this!
Photon
Blow
blast!
away!
Let me see what I can do!
Lightning condensed!
Do it! Look sharp!
Lightning tiger blade!
Radiant
Get
light!
trouble!
Illuminate the dark! Lightning
Burn! Burn!
Holy lamp! Radiant came between heaven and earth!
Inferno punch!
A wailing! It's about to strike! Out of back into the fray!
Look sharp, everyone!
Radiant here!
Here, in a vine!
Lightning orb! First aid!
Eat this! Try harder!
Lightning condensed! Radiant here! A chain between heaven and earth!
Shouldn't have messed
A
with me!
wailing banshee of lightning! Healing circle! Thanks!
I'll
Here.
stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Double demon bang!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Go!
Eat this!
Where are you going?
I'll smash you!
Lightning condensed!
Will this help?
Illuminate the
You're mine!
Lightning! Powered hurricane! Terror! In here! One more! Radiant! I'll be saving this one!
Double demon fang!
I'm just getting started!
Here I come!
Inferno ammo! Chinese supernova! First aid! Lightning
No
condensed!
further!
Eat this! Anything in order
Thunder!
is on!
Illuminate the storm!
Save you!
Come forth! Here's a healer!
Double demon fang! Take it! Crush! Raining slash!
It's weakened!
This ends now! Dragon Sword!
I'm almost impressed!
Praise coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get carried away.
Not on my watch! Resuscitation!
You're mine!
Lightning orb!
You picked the wrong fight! There!
Out of ammo! I'm only one!
Raining slash!
Came between heaven and earth! Eat
Just move away!
lightning!
That'll bring you down!
Here comes something
Sleep
big!
now! Try to dodge! More for the stockpile! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Thunderblade! I can resuscitate!
Prepare to be seized!
They'll pay for that!
Double demon fang!
Healing circle! In here! More for the stockpile! Sighted! Illuminate the stockpile!
Double demon fang!
Here, let me help! First aid! Between heaven and earth!
Armor is all mine!
Here! A wailing banshee of lightning! Will this help? Sleep now. Healing circle. I'll be saving this one. A chain between heaven and earth. Radiant here. A wailing banshee of lightning.
You picked the wrong fight!
Watch this. Here. Do it. Astral energy.
Say no more!
Now it's just her!
Fahria! Can you hear me? Fahria!
She's preparing another summoning! The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more. Dohalim!
Forgive me.
Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case...
I'll take her off your hands.
You?
Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnagan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Fahria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Fahria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Fahria would have lost loved ones, if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almadria. As for Tarnagan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
You can't atone, Dohalim. I know it hurts to hear, but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that. Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already past, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Shion.
Huh?
Thank you. You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Fahria.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Fahria without hurting her.
You all did much for her as well. I'm most grateful.
Oh, shucks. We're on the same team, right? Let's move on.
Do you think Fahria was really being controlled by someone?
Certainly seemed that way. The question is, who? The Red Woman?
The same person who's behind all of this, I'll bet. Whoever that is.
Brainwashed or otherwise, the feelings of resentment she holds towards me are real.
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back. If that's not playing dirty, I don't know what is.
It does tell us one thing at least. Someone here in Lenegis is watching us. Someone who means us harm.
There's no question. That attack was meant for us alone.
By someone capable of getting inside a person and manipulating them like a weapon. We need to find whoever it is, fast.
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah. It's that voice.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her, it reminds me of Shion's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe...
Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that?
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure!
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Let's keep moving. If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
Shion's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really are Naori's memories we're watching, there could be truths in them I was never aware of. And I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going to keep fighting.
I'm sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
Finally, we begin to understand what the thorns are.
Yes, and their source. A ceremony that occurred 3 centuries ago.
But we still don't know how to get rid of them. I just hope we can find a way.
That vision we saw, it was as if it was meant specifically for us.
What do you make of it? Do you still think the will of Dana might be involved somehow?
Maybe it's trying to tell us something. But what?
Well, it could be supernatural. You know, like seeing dead people, messages from beyond the grave, ghost-type stuff.
That's your grand theory? That we're being haunted? Come on, Law.
Wait. He might be closer to the mark than you think. What if a person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched into the ether of a place? And what if those with a connection could then somehow pick up on them?
You think that's what it was? Some kind of message someone left here for us?
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether it was Dana's will, or somehow connected to the Sovereign and Maiden's powers, I do not know.
Okay, back up a sec. You're saying that if a place is full of enough astral energy, it can somehow show us events that happened centuries ago?
More to the point, how does that much astral energy gather in one place anyway? Seems unlikely it happened naturally.
Whatever it was, it survived here intact for 300 years. Whoever left it for us, the strength of their intent is beyond doubt.
The strength of their intent. Soon, we might very well learn the truth behind Shion's thorns, as well as my own past. I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens. I'm determined to save Shion and Dana. Nothing I learn can change that. Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out. This looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
For the people of Lenegis, the Forbidden Zone is the stuff of dreams. Yet here I am, standing within its hallowed halls.
It's off limits even for lords, then? Talk about an exclusive club.
Being exclusive is one thing, but how many important facilities let in only the Sovereign? Doesn't that seem a little strange?
Strange doesn't cover it. If it was only one room, maybe. But a place on this scale? How do they keep it from falling into ruin? Whoever the Sovereign is, they can't manage the upkeep of this whole place themselves.
Did no one ever talk about it when you were growing up?
No, not that I can remember. Then again, Sovereigns and Forbidden Zones weren't exactly breakfast table conversations.
The Forbidden Zone is a hallowed place, at one with the Sovereign's authority, grounds of the one true ruler who presides over all Renans. That is what we believed this place to be. No, what we were made to believe it was. But now, it is finally time to discover this area's true purpose, and why it was kept hidden behind the scenes for so long. I think I can make this work.
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
These are experiment records, by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see. A composite being capable of controlling Danan astral energy, so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup. The creation of a governing central figure, taking the form of a Danan. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign?
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment. That must be the Master Course. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the Lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renan citizens. In other words, It may be that all Renans are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it? Did you find something?
It's a list of names, with the title, Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait, I think I've found one that was successful. Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
They re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Alphen.
It's fine, really. What about the others? Was I the only one?
Test subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Volron.
Volron? But that means...
He's only sovereign because someone made him that way too.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Upon victory, the Sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new Sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told. But according to these records, there have only ever been 2 Sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the Sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the Sovereign, then who was it?
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a Sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
The Red Woman?
It's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme. She could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
Either way, it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is, unfortunately. I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all, but you're welcome to take a look through what you can, while we're here.
I'll do that.
So this is where Alphen became the Sovereign, and Volron as well. The significance of this location would suggest...
Hey, it looks like the terminals in here turned on too.
We should look through them. They might contain valuable information.
Only 2 Sovereigns in over 300 years. So why has the experiment only succeeded twice in all this time? And if that's the case, why keep on doing it? Was there really no other way? Or could there be some other reason?
Dohalim.
Forgive me.
Alphen.
I'm fine. I'm just a little shaken, that's all. I knew what I was already, so it's not like it's a surprise or anything. But it's strange. I've got all this rage inside of me, but I don't even know who it's for. I'm scared that I'll put a face to it, just to have someone to blame.
If that were to happen, then No. Then we'd help you fight it, before you ever got that far. Wouldn't we, everyone?
Yeah, we wouldn't just sit by and watch you spiral out of control.
That's right. No good can come from being consumed by hatred.
If you ever start to lose your way, you can count on us to guide you back. To remind you where home is.
And I would be happy to lend an attentive ear, should you ever have need.
Thank you, everyone. I think I'll be okay now.